is season 2 of Goal Line, brought to you by ARM Pensions. My name is Tegano Jaife, and as usual this season we'll be talking what is happening on the continent of Africa, the African Cup of Nations in Egypt. I have a fantastic group of panelists this year that will blow your mind. And first up is my guest for today, Ade Ojeduku. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes, so we're going to talk about all the stars that dazzled in Europe, and hope you're ready.
I am.
Okay.
Very much so.
But before we do all that, let me tell you how you can be a part of this show. We'll be giving away gifts towards the end of the show. But before then, join us on social media, Twitter and Instagram especially, at ARM Engage, hashtag GoLine, to be a part of this program. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Today, we're going to talk about a very important decision. Are you ready? You study hard, get out of school, and get a job. What do you do next?
Before uncle, you fall in party.
Well, that's true, but that's not the first important decision you make. This decision is one you make today for a better tomorrow.
Family planning, Abi.
What does that have to do with your first job?
They there now. See, as I fall in the work, money go come show. After one, woman go show. Then pikin go show. Another pikin go come show. And another one. Before you know, pikin don't full everywhere. Money don't finish.
Good point. But this is before all that.
Before picking a party?
Yes. The first decision you should make once you get a job is to choose a reliable pension fund administrator like ARM Pensions, who will keep your monthly contributions safe and growing till you're ready to retire.
Tomorrow is a better day. Okay. So when I retire now, they go come they give me my money back plus interest to take enjoy my life. I'm a paro.
Now, back to family planning.
Bros, now what for you?
Welcome back to Goal Line, brought to you by ARM Pensions. I'm still Tega and I still have Ade in the house. So we're talking about the AFCON, but let's talk about the news from Egypt. First news up is that Sadio Mane will be missing the first game against Tanzania for Senegal through suspension. How do you think his coach is going to manage without that?
I think the team will do very well. Senegal has a very good spine. I mean, in goal they have Diallo, they have Koulibaly from Napoli, and then they have Guy in midfield. And then you then have two options. You have a gentleman called Sarr, and you have Balde. So Tanzania is a good game to have Mali rested. They will be fine.
Yeah, I think you're not taking into cognition what Amunike has done, but I totally agree with that about Sadio Mane, and at least for the very first game, he needs to be back for the rest. But let's move on from Senegal. It is the first ranked team in Africa, but there are other teams behind them, Tunisia and Morocco. These are North African teams, and the tournament is going on in Egypt. How do you think this will affect the performance of those two countries?
Yeah, I mean, these are very good team players. I think it's worth mentioning that Tunisia recently beat Croatia 2-1. They're very good teams, and they also have the support of of the locality. So it's going to be a football playing technique or strategy that they would use, and I think it's going to be interesting as well.
Yes, but I mean, they're not the home country. The host country is Egypt, has the fantastic player in Africa, Mohamed Salah, but they're ranked 8th in FIFA. Do you think that has any bearing at all on the outcome, knowing that they're the host of the tournament?
There's a typical saying about the fans being the 13th man or the 12th man. Yeah. What you will find is that all those rankings wouldn't come to play because they'll be playing for their fans. And so they will have that extra nudge. I don't think the rankings will come into play.
So Mo Salah, the talisman for Egypt, he has performed against Liverpool. Do you expect the same performance, him to bring the same performance for the Pharaohs of Egypt?
Yes, I do. Mo Salah is the talisman. In fact, what we will see is the real Mo Salah for Egypt. And so we're in for a wonderful time, I believe.
Okay, so your expectations for Egypt?
Egypt will get. They will get to the semis. They will get to the semis definitely. And for me, they're one of the favorites.
Oh my word! On that, let's take a very quick break so we can digest this permutation. And when we come back, we'll be putting him on the hot seat about the Nigerian Super Eagles. We'll be right back. It's still Goal Line, brought to you by ARM Pensions, and I'm Tega, and I still have a day in the house. Now, we've been talking about all the North African countries and the well-ranked countries in the world, but the one that concerns most Nigerians, the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Yes.
And they didn't come with so much of an exciting piece of news. You know, they played against the Teranga Lions of Senegal, who are the number 1 ranked team in the world, and they lost by 1-0. Now, you may say it's a friendly and it's closed door, but if you come up against your contenders and you lose 1-0 before a tournament starts, where does that leave the hopefuls of the Super Eagles?
Yeah, very good question. Actually, I would rather lose to Senegal in a friendly, closed door, than to lose to them in the real tournament. So it's a.
Do you think they have a chance?
They
in the real
do.
tournament?
They do.
That they
do.
can beat.
Yes, they do. 1-0 could go either way. They do have a chance. They do have a chance, and I believe that you would see a different Super Eagles in the tournament.
I'm going to give you an opportunity here. You are the coach of the Super Eagles.
Yes.
We've seen your team list.
Yes.
You dropped Kelechi Iheanacho, and most people know it's not just because of form, but his on seriousness to at least get back to form. Yeah, pretty much coach said that. I didn't. But you now have a team, and we know your 11. If you were going to, you're playing against Burundi. Is the 38th ranked team in Africa. You are the 4th ranked team in Africa. It's their first time in the Nations Cup. In fact, I think if it wasn't an expanded Nations Cup, they wouldn't be here. What would be your map and then your strategy for the Super Eagles against Burundi?
Okay, I think it's important to point out that you cannot underestimate any team in football. Burundi have earned their place in the competition, so we won't underestimate them. In terms of how I would line up the team, I think the formation is key for me. I would go attack. I would go 4-3-3. And
against Burundi?
Yes. Because I need goals. I need goals. You don't know how the tournament will turn out.
Okay.
So you put three in the front and keep your 4 and then keep 3 at the back. You can then change it to a 4-2-1-3. Because I want Mikel to play his best position for us. So I will put Mikel in that 1, and that 1 feeds the 3 up front. Defense, I have absolutely no problem in defense. I think we have skills and we have people that we can put there. There's Ekong, there's Omerua. We have the defense is okay.
Goalkeeper, who would you choose?
Goalkeeper, it will be a toss-up between Ozoho and Akwi.
No, you're the coach now. You can't toss up.
Ozoho. I will go Ozoho.
Okay.
Yes.
Your strike partnership up front, because that's also key.
Yes, I will play Musa. I would play Nwobi. And then I would also try Kalu.
No, Igalo?
Igalo will come out from the bench. from the bench. Igalo from the bench.
This is already heartbreaking to me as the coach of the team, and that would be your lineup for your team. And
Yes.
you on your it's Burundi.
Yes.
And it's your first match.
Yes.
And you are dropping Igalo.
Yes, and I'd explain that you have to start with your best foot. Look at Igalo's form. Look at how many games he's played and how many goals he's scored. I think it's just 1 he scored for quite a while. Start with your best foot forward, score goals, and then you can bring on Igalo, and Igalo can try and worm his way back into the team. But for now, I would start Igalo on the bench.
Okay, while we swallow that, let's talk about a particular man called Sadio Berahino. He just started playing for Burundi only in September 2018, but he is in the team list for Burundi. Do you think that Sadio Berahino can be tricky for Nigeria to deal with? I mean, regardless of all his off-pitch issues.
Yeah, I think so, because he has a lot to prove. He has a lot to prove. And you see, what tends to happen is that this is a stage where people come and show their skills or show themselves up. And so I think we shouldn't take him lightly at all. We should make sure that the defenders actually watch him very carefully.
Okay, so while we ruminate on that, we're going to get your predictions. But before we get your predictions, let me remind you that you can be a part of this show. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ARMEngage, #GoalLine. I'll tell you all about how you can win prizes from this show after this break. Welcome back to Goal Line. My name is Tegano Jaife, and I'm still with Ade, who has shocked me by saying he's going to drop Igalo. But before we put him on the hot seat to tell us his predictions, let me tell you all about how you can be a part of this program. We have gift vouchers for 3 winners. So the first thing we want to do is know what your scoreline prediction for the Nigeria versus Burundi game is. Scoreline prediction. Don't tell me Nigeria will win. Tell me by how many goals and will Burundi score. So scoreline, let's say Nigeria 3, Burundi 0. That's what we want to know. And the first 3 winners get a 5,000 naira gift voucher each from ARM Pensions. Now, to the hot seat. Let's put you there. I've already given a hint. So, your own prediction for Nigeria versus Burundi.
Nigeria 4, Burundi 0.
Okay, this is Burundi that qualified for the first tournament. Nigeria 4, Burundi 0. We're going to hold you to this. Also, I want to hear your predictions about Nigeria in the group. I mean, it looks like an easy group. Madagascar, Guinea, Burundi. Nigeria should easily get 9 points.
Nigeria will top the group. We would either get 9 or we would get 7, but we will definitely top the group. Easy is going to be a tricky contender for us.
Oh, okay. So Nigeria topping the group, Nigeria beating Burundi by 4 goals to 0. What do you, is your glass showing you anything about where Nigeria will finish in the tournament?
We will get to the semis. Yes.
So Super Eagles at the semis. If we get to semis, we must win. So Super Eagles at the semifinals. Thank you so much, Ade Ojedeku. You've been amazing. You've been fantastic. I'm still questioning your dropping Igalo since you are the coach in the hot seat and you are the prediction master right now. I will take it. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. And that was Ade Ojedeku's predictions. Nigeria to beat Burundi 4-0, Nigeria to top their group, and Nigeria to get to the semifinals. This has been Goal Line, brought to you by ARM Pensions. My name is Tegano Jaife. Till we meet again, bye for now.